I have been a streamer for 8 years now, and in the early years of my content creation, I actually held a lot of resentment towards Fortnite. However, looking back at it years later and seeing the impact that Fortnite has had on both the streaming and the video game industry, I can now say that my mindset back then was completely narrow-minded. In order to help you understand where I was coming from with this narrow-mindedness that I had towards Fortnite, I have to give you a bit of a history lesson on where I was in terms of my content when Fortnite first showed up on the scene. In the early years of my content creation, I realized early on I didn't just want to focus on one game at that time because I had such a wide, broad interest in games that I wanted to do a lot of different things with my content. So I started going down the road of variety streaming. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, so you streamed to 2 to 3 viewers. And fair enough. But plot twist, I actually was able to get partnered on Twitch exclusively doing variety streaming. It took me 2.5 years, I think, from when I first started streaming to get partnered on Twitch, but I was able to do it, which is an accomplishment I have always been proud of, as getting partnered on Twitch in 2018 as a variety streamer was not an easy accomplishment. Even though I was variety, I had a very certain structure to how I did everything. I would often cover new games that would come out at the time, but also every Sunday I would do retro streams. So no matter what was going on in the video game world, you always knew on Sundays you'd be able to catch me playing some of my old favorites from like Zelda Link to the Past, Earthbound, or maybe on the 64, Gold, whatever. We covered a lot of different retro games on the Sundays, and they were some of my favorite streams to do. So even though variety streaming has this sort of reputation behind it, which again is completely valid and fair, I was having a lot of success with it to the point where I even was able to go full-time streaming as a variety streamer. But once Fortnite showed up on the scene, a lot of things in the industry, both in gaming and streaming, started to shift. You started to see that more and more people were exclusively streaming Fortnite. People's careers like Ninja were exploding because of Fortnite. Fortnite was having a massive impact on the streaming scene, to the point where even people from outside the streaming world started to learn about streaming and Twitch. I can think of countless times in the early years, 2016, 17, 18, where I would tell people, oh, I'm a streamer, and people would go, what's that? And then I would explain to them, oh, like I stream video games, I interact with a live audience, and they still wouldn't really understand it until Fortnite came along and it started to become more mainstream. Here's where my frustration started to grow though. I was very proud of the success I was having as a variety streamer, even though we all measure success differently and I wasn't like this huge, massive streamer, of course, but I was able to make a full-time career out of it. And I took a lot of pride in that. But even though more people were starting to understand the streaming world, people only wanted to talk about Fortnite. I remember going to a bank once and just going up to the teller, and we were just making small talk, and the lady asked me what I do for a living, and I said streaming, and she goes, oh, so you play Fortnite? No, I actually don't play that at all. Oh, well, isn't that what all streamers do? They just play Fortnite? To which, again, completely small-minded of me. I'm aware of that today. But back then, it just felt so diminishing to be proud of these things, yet no one seemed to care about it if it wasn't Fortnite. So it ended up growing into this unwarranted resentment towards Fortnite to where I didn't even want to go near it because it felt like it was diminishing all the success and the what I felt were amazing fun things I was accomplishing at the time, simply because it wasn't attached to the Fortnite game. Get third-party nerds. Now, in 2024, I obviously understand that was a very small and narrow-minded mindset to have. That's the final two. Most of you probably know me as a Dead by Daylight creator. Even though I started off doing variety for the first 3.5 years of my content creation, I eventually started playing Dead by Daylight during the Silent Hill chapter in 2020, and I actually ended up maining that game for the last 3.5 years. But as I've been feeling the burnout on Dead by Daylight, and as I talked about in another video on my channel here, I'm starting to branch out and explore other areas of the gaming world. I'm even trying to get back into doing variety content, both here on YouTube and on Twitch. Some of you may have noticed sort of a discrepancy where I've said I've been in content creation for 8 years. I posted some Dead by Daylight stuff here and there, but I never really got into the YouTube groove that I have found myself since I've started exploring variety content and more discussion videos here on YouTube back in October, to the point where my YouTube, which was, you know, in limbo at about 1850 subscribers when I started posting in October again, is now just below 4,000 in a short 3 months. Pretty awesome. But trying to get back into my variety roots and exploring other games, I've actually been paying a little bit of attention to Fortnite, and this is something I never thought I would say. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Seeing where Fortnite has come since it first showed up on the scene back in, I think it was 2016. Gone is this resentment that I felt that was completely unwarranted and so like main character syndrome. Everything revolves around us. And I couldn't appreciate at the time that Fortnite was really putting streaming into the mainstream, so that if today I walked up to someone and said, yeah, I stream Mario games over on Twitch, people are going to know what that is, more than likely because of Fortnite. I could never get into the building aspect of Fortnite because I just can't keep up with it. I respect and appreciate the skill set behind it, but when I watch it, I'm just like, what is happening? But when they introduced zero build, it made it a little bit more accessible for someone like me. And honestly, I just prefer the gunplay of Fortnite opposed to the crazy building the Eiffel Tower in every 1v1 fight that you get in. But on top of developing both the build and no build modes, Fortnite has added a variety of different modes, such as like the racing, the Lego mode, and even more that I'm sure they're working on for the coming months or years, to the point where you could almost do variety streaming just within Fortnite. Who are you shooting at there, buddy? Oh, you? Okay. See you later. Fortnite has become a monster in the gaming world and the streaming world, and just continues to deliver so much possibility to the players. Having started to play it more and more on my Twitch channel, and am going to be continuing to play more and more of it on my Twitch channel because I'm just having an absolute blast with it right now, I realized that everything I thought back when I was in my variety days, I wasn't being fair to Fortnite. Instead of resenting and trying to go against the flow of what Fortnite was bringing to the gaming industry, I can look back and realize that I should have embraced it, because it just helped make the industry what it is today. Even if you aren't a fan of Fortnite itself, that's completely fine, but you just can't deny the impact that it has had. When I look at it today and what I'm trying to do with both my YouTube and Twitch channel now going forward in 2024, you can still go about doing whatever kind of content you want, whether it's focusing on one game, a certain type of game, or doing variety stuff. You can do all that because streaming has become so mainstream. And I genuinely believe that Fortnite is a big part of that. It is an incredibly fun game to play. I'm enjoying getting better and better at it. I'm enjoying my sniper shots, and I'm just enjoying meeting more people in the Fortnite community, and while building a new audience after not really focusing on DBD as much anymore and instead focusing on this newer stuff, it's allowing me to build a broader audience while still doing some of the more variety stuff that I have been focusing on my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel. If I could go back a few years and see younger streamer Sergeant Fidget, I would smack him upside the head and be like, hey, stop resisting this phenomenon that's coming to your industry and start embracing it, because down the road it's going to make your life as a content creator even easier, because even if you choose to focus on some sort of obscure content, more people are going to know what it is because of Fortnite. What the? We're warming up. We're warming up. We're warming up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're warming up. We're warming up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel every year as humans, we have to always look back at ourselves like a year back, 2 years back, 3 years back. And we always think that we knew what we were doing or we knew so much back then. But when we look back, we go, wow, I really knew nothing. And that doesn't even necessarily apply to the content creation. That's just life. I think it's something really important that we should always be doing. And in doing that over the last week, I was remembering all the thoughts I used to have about Fortnite. And I'm just thinking, wow, that was incredibly narrow-minded of you. While I absolutely used to resent Fortnite, today in 2024, not only do I no longer resent Fortnite, I absolutely love playing it and can't wait to stream more of it over on my Twitch channel. Let me know what you think down below about Fortnite or the impact that it's had on the industry as a whole. And Fortnite, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're a lot of fun.